Alright, so here you've got your walleye fillet. We've taken the fillet off of the fish. We've taken the skin off of the back of this fillet. Now the last thing we got to do is take these rib cages out. Now most guys, what they like to do is they like to try and do it face up like this, where you can see your belly and everything and feel the bones, and just kind of get in under there and freehand it out of there. What ends up happening is a lot of guys, sometimes you'll lose a lot of your meat underneath this rib cage, or you'll lose all of it if you're working with smaller fish. So what I like to do is instead is flip this over and use those bones to your advantage. You see on these fillets there's this center line. That's kind of your starting point. You want to get on this side of that starting line and just simply take and cut down straight down into that fillet, and you want to go softly, especially if you're working with smaller fish. You're not going to feel those bones, but you want to cut down really softly until you feel those bones and your knife will click on them, kind of like plinko. Okay, so once you know you're all the way down in there, click, 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 you made it down to the bones. You get your knife over here, you just come in flat, you use those bones to your advantage, you let them guide your knife out, and you can save all of that belly meat and get every one of those pesky rib bones out. Because if you've ever been at a fish fry, you know which pieces of fish go first. It's the ones that are nice and thin and crispy. So we'll cut just a little further back here. Now notice there's really no more of that belly showing, that silvery looking belly, so we know we went far enough. Now there's still the matter of there's that lateral bone line that goes down the center of this fillet outside of these rib bones. A lot of guys will tell you, well, those cook out or those will dissolve when you fry them. It doesn't work that way. If anything, they might soften up a little bit, but you apply something to oil like that, oil doesn't dissolve anything, it just makes it greasy. So what I like to do is to just get on the other side of that center line on this fillet and just cut all the way down through it. And this one you can get fairly close on because those bones follow that line perfectly. But get right down on that line, and if you look, now we can just take this out, and every single bone that was left in your fillet is now attached to this piece of meat. Now if you look at it from this angle, there's almost nothing missing there. And yet you look at it from here, and you can see all of those bones are in there from the rib cage, and all of those lateral bone lines that are stuck in that center line are also right there. And then on top, paper thin, all your rib bones are gone. That's how you fillet a walleye.